Hello and welcome to Motors for the Masses, and today we are looking at the new little fun machine from Triumph. So let's roll the intro and get cracking. Now, when this bike was first teased, I was quite keen to get my hands on one, and I've had this one for over a week now. I am, of course, talking about the Triumph Scrambler 400X. The new 400X is a product of Triumph and Bajaj in India, who have been India's biggest motorcycle exporter for the past 20 years. The 400X is being made at Triumph's factories in India, Thailand and Brazil. Using a 398cc liquid-cooled double overhead cam single-cylinder engine, this Indian-built Triumph develops 39.5 brake horsepower and 27.7 pounds-foot of torque, putting it pretty much on par with the Royal Enfield 450 Himalayan. And this little Triumph is said to do 81 miles to the gallon, on paper obviously, and produce only 83.8 CO2s, which must be awesome for polar bears. You get a 6-speed box, Bosch fuel injection, stainless twin skin exhaust, alloy swing arm, ride-by-wire throttle, switchable traction control for fun on and off-road, and a torque assist clutch so you don't need so much effort on the clutch lever. You get nice chunky 43mm upside down forks on the front and a gas monoshock on the rear. Having ABS, you get a 320mm front disc with a 4-piston Baby Brembo radial caliper, and on the rear a 230mm disc with a single piston caliper. You get a 19-inch wheel on the front with a 100 tyre and a 17-inch wheel on the back with a 140 tyre using Metzler Karoo Street Rubber, which is sort of a hybrid on-road, off-roady-esque tyre. Dimensions are all very bike-sized, 2.1 metres long, 901mm wide, 1.16 metres tall, plus the mirrors. Seat height, 835mm. Now I am 5'10.5" with a 31.5-inch inside leg. Seated on here, I am flat-footed with a tiny bounce. It just takes my heels off the ground. Nothing major at all. I haven't really got a seat digging in me. I can feel it obviously because it's a little bit of a stretch. Not a massive stretch, but a little bit of a stretch. However, when I'm in the position, very comfortable. I've got a nice bounce, and it is preload adjustable on that rear suspension, but I've got a nice bounce on here. It's very comfortable indeed. I'm going to put it on the side stand for a second to put both feet up. It's very comfortable. I've got what looks like great visibility out on the mirrors, but we shall check that out when we're on the road. Handlebars, good stretch, nice lever control. I like these handguards, they're very nice. And this little Triumph pad on here is quite nice. My OCD is annoying me with this offset tank cap, but there you go. I'll look that way and not that way. But it is a nice cap. It's a nice chrome here, the little Triumph symbol on there. Lovely candy red, or carnival red I think they call it, with the phantom black and red. Metallic. But yeah, very nice indeed. I like the clock as well, and I'll show you that in a second. It's very retro-esque, but in a sec we'll have a look around the bike and talk about the looks of it. But yes, so far, nice. You get a pretty decent 13-litre tank, and it has a wet weight of just 179 kilos. But the best thing is, being a Triumph, first service is either 10,000 miles or 12 months, whichever comes first. That's pretty good. The bike comes in either khaki green and white, gloss black and silver, or this one, the carnival red and phantom black. Looks wise, I think it's absolutely spot on. The way this tank flows and then into the seat, and then the seat comes up to the passenger, really, really nicely designed. I love the framing. Obviously the finish is going to be a really good quality. Nice sort of cast, what's that, stone effect on the framing there, with a separate subframe obviously. Really nicely designed, lovely layout, really good and sturdy as you would expect from a Triumph. Very nicely put together. I love this grille and the hand guards, and as I say, this is a nice touch, and I'll show you that in a second. The framing on the side of this here is nice and sturdy. That's cast alloy. Really nicely designed. I really do like this grille on here. Really sets it off quite nicely. You do get plastic mud guards for lightweight easiness, but they do the job quite nicely, so it doesn't really matter. And the sump guard is plastic. I kind of would have expected that to be metal, to be honest. It's sturdy plastic, don't get me wrong, but it is plastic nonetheless. So the dash is very easy and simple. You've got the analog speedo with the digital rev counter there, your fuel down here and your mileage on here, and then all your lights in the display, including the gear indicator there also. So it's quite simple, but very retro-esque in a modern kind of way. I like that, they've done that really well. And the price is just £5,595. So once you pay the on-the-road costs, it's pretty much the same price as the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. However, it is £600 cheaper than the more powerful Honda CL500, but £600 more expensive than the more powerful Benelli Leoncino 500 Trail. But what does that matter when we haven't even taken it out on the road yet? So let's do that. A bit of on and off-roading. Let's go for a ride. So here we go on the Triumph Scrambler 400X, and I can initially tell you it's very fiery. It really wants to fly. It's a nice light nippy little bike, and even though it's ride-by-wire throttle, it's not snatchy. And I'm sitting here at 29 miles an hour in fourth gear at 3,500 RPM, and it's absolutely fine. Look at that, look how easy it is to flip about. Brilliant. I want to go around this roundabout. It's a tight little roundabout. I'm not going to put my foot down. I'm going to try not to put my foot down. See how many people think I'm turning right when I'm not. Easy manoeuvrability. And it just wants to fly quite nicely. I have on a couple of occasions over the past week of riding this caught my finger on the headlights, so just flick forward onto the headlights, which is a little bit frustrating. It's not, you know, the end of the world situation, but you know, if I'm getting excited and I'm flipping through and oh, I've just caught it like that, you see. But there you go, no big drama. Now straight off I'm going to take this onto the dual carriageway and change gear in two different ways. I don't know if you can hear it on here, but I can certainly hear it. Let's go around this roundabout first. Hugs the corners quite nicely. You're just held up with traffic all the time. Slow, slow, slow. What? Why? Why do they do that? I don't know why they do that. Outside lane straight away. Why? Idiots. I just don't get it. Well, that's ruined it. I'll do the next roundabout and go back the other way. So if you change gear normally, it's fine, up to 70. No dramas. Nice and stable. It's quite a blustery day, even though the sun's shining, and I'm not being blown around much. 70, 6,000 RPM in 6th gear. Now I'm going to take it up in the revs now Let's see if you can hear it. Oh, I love how this handles. Great tyres. These Metzler Street Sports tyres. Another one, look. Come on. Can you hear that? Basically, what I'm getting is a vibrating from that mirror or that handguard. I'm not sure which one it is. But only when you take it higher in the revs. If you don't rev it, you don't get it. Let's do another circuit. Holds the corners really nicely. Can you hear it? I think it's the vibration noise from that mirror. It's like a moaning cow. "70 miles an hour in 6th gear, nice and planted, and it feels like it's got plenty more give. Great bike so far, but we are going to have to try it off-road, of course. Just light off-road, nothing spectacular. But it's such fun. Flickable little bike. Look at that. When the revs are up, it sounds like you've got a little child on your mirror going nee, nee, nee. I'm going to try and do it in 2nd gear at low speed to see if you can hear it. I'm going to move closer. I'm hoping you can hear that, because I certainly can, so you should be able to. If you change gear normally, you don't notice it. Maybe some adjustment needed on the mirror, but oh god, what fun this bike is. Great fun little thing. What a fun machine. Oh, he's having fun and all in his Fiesta. Bounces around the roads quite nicely, but the suspension soaks it up really well, and these are bumpy roads. I'm not getting many issues at all with this. Great fun. I mean, that's the thing about it. Fantastic brakes, great tyres, turns in well, hugs the corners nicely. This light, flickable, responsive, great fun little bike. I've got nothing to complain about here apart from the 30 limit. There we go. There's the moaning cow. Is that like a moaning cow alarm telling you to keep your revs down? I got a feeling it's that. I wonder if that can be tightened. Tell you what, let's try something out. Yes, it's the glass. As it's this mirror only, and it's that glass that's vibrating and not that one, I don't think it's a problem with the bike. I think it's just this particular mirror. If you can ignore that, then we're on to a winner. Yeah, it just takes everything with ease. You feel like you just want to whip it round a corner, open it up, and away you go again. Nice little sound from that exhaust. Go on in your A5. Flips in, hugs the corners nicely, takes all the lumps and bumps easily. Wow. Okay, well, let's settle down for a second and have a look at what we've got here. So, I quite like this. It's a nice little feature, makes it very Scrambler-esque. Switch gears are very responsive, easy to use. Obviously you've got your horn there, indicators there, information, which is just your trip meter, your lights here, and your headlight or main beam here, and flash on the top here, kill switch, hazard flashes, and your start button. It's all quite basic. Visibility out of the mirrors, you've got about I'd say 90 to 95%. That's pretty good, and that's not because of the size of the mirrors, that's because of the nice length on the stalk. Really good, I like that. That's what a lot of bikes are missing, 2 shorter stalks. I do like this as well. I like these hand guards, they're very nice. Great addition. Good width and good stretch on the handlebars. Lovely comfortable seat, very comfortable. I could see myself doing lots of miles on this. Obviously not motorway miles, because it's not that kind of bike. Let's go down here, shall we? But it's definitely comfortable. So when you take any lumps and bumps, it absorbs it in unison very nicely with the suspension front and rear. Really well set up, very pleasing. Great gear change, very light clutch. Obviously it's got that assist clutch on here, so you don't need to pull the lever in too much, but it's light anyway, so that yeah, easy bike to ride. It's got sort of a semi-tall seat, 835mm. It's not too bad. As I said before, when I'm sitting on it, I'm 5'10½", 31.5 inch inside leg, and if I put my feet down now, they're on the floor, scraping on the floor. So I've got a good stretch. Nothing's digging in me. It's very comfortable around the groinal area, and yeah, nothing to complain about the ride, the handling, the power, comfortability, or anything. I love this, and it's got the right badge on the tank, Triumph. You know how I love a Triumph. I don't think I'm being biased either. I had not certain expectations, but obviously Triumph have to meet a certain criteria when they're building a bike in a country that's not traditional. So as I said, these are built in various different countries, Thailand, Brazil and India. You have sort of an expectation that, oh, maybe it's not going to be as good as you expect a Triumph to be, but it is brilliant. It is well packaged. Oh, moaning cows back. Slow down on your revs. It's like having my wife sitting on the mirror. To be fair, she's not a complainer when I put my foot down. legal speeds only. Oh, here we go. Back roads, 20 miles an hour, for God's sake, or 25. Really? 25. Oh. I'm going this way. So yeah, I've been razzing this around for a few days now. Every time I see an off-road bit, thinking, oh, can I go in there? No, that's private land. But it looks so much fun in there. I'll tell you what, I know a place. Let's do a little bit of light off-roading. Have a little bit of fun. And see how we get on. So there you go, great fun to be had, as you can see. I'm back on the country roads again, just cruising along, looking at the countryside, enjoying the comfortability, loving how it rides as I make my way back home. It's a fantastic bike, and I want one. I really do want one. So much fun. Have I got one complaint? I don't think I have. I really don't think there's anything I don't like. Just does everything really well. I mean, you can't complain that it's not great on dual carriageways, because it does keep up to speed. And yes, okay, it's not the ideal dual carriageway cruiser, but you would never buy this bike if you're doing all day miles on dual carriageways, would you? And this is just such fun. Lots of enjoyment, lots of excitement, acceleration where you need it, brakes really well, handles superbly, and that's really all I've got to say about it. And there we have it, the 2024 Triumph Scrambler 400X. In a nutshell, I love it. There isn't anything I don't like about it. It is brilliant to ride, it is great fun, it's very light, nimble, nippy, it's got plenty of power for what you need. If they sort that mirror out, it would be perfect. It must just be the glass, the way the glass is in there. You can't tighten it up in any way, so that's it. Sort that out, problem solved. And there we go. Fantastic bike. And that brings me to the end of this episode. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back next time with something else, obviously. If you've got one of these, let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. If you've got something else as an alternative and you chose something else over this, let me know why and what you've got. And that's all I've got on this. If you've got any other comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe and share this video. Don't forget to click the notification bell. Bing! I keep doing that. I keep telling myself I've got to stop doing it, and I keep doing it. Sorry. And that's all I've got. So until next time, please ride and drive carefully, but have fun. Bye-bye. Enjoy the sun, because I don't think it's going to last very long.